In less than 20 minutes, I will blow your mind. I'll be explaining everything you need to know in CorelDraw to you before the end of this video. I am using CorelDraw 2024, and if you want to get it, please send me a DM in the Telegram channel and I will explain how you can get it to you. So on opening CorelDraw, this is what you will see. You're seeing get started, workplace, what's new, learning and get more. But because I am offline, all of this will not be highlighted. On get started, this is what you will see. Is either you're looking for a template or you want to open an existing document that you've worked on before. Also, these are my existing documents, the designs that I've made before. So if I want to create a new document, I will either come here or I will come to file and then come to new document, right? Once you click on new document, this is what you will see. Whether you want to design business card or anything, you will come here, name the project. Let's say I'm naming this one tutorial, right? Number of pages that you want. If you just want one page or 2 pages, if you want your primary color mode to be RGB or CMYK, you will set it, right? I will leave this in default, right? So this is layout where you choose the paper type that you want. It's always in letter. That's CorelDraw default, right? But you can always change it to A4 or something, and then you can come back here to set your unit to inches or anything that you want, right? Then after setting all of that, then click on OK. It will bring you to this workspace you're seeing here. On your left, we have toolbars, right? These are toolbars that you will need in your CorelDraw journey, your graphic design journey. And you see all these Docker that you're seeing here. It means there are other tools underneath. So what you need to do is just click on it and hold, and other tools will come out, like this one too. Just click and hold and you see other tools coming out. Same thing with this, other tools coming out. Same thing with this, other tools coming out, right? And any tool that you click on, their property will show here, right? Their property will show. All these things will always change, right? That's the property of any tool that you choose here. So you can adjust anything that you choose here, you can adjust it here, right? So that is it. As you're changing it, it will be, as you're picking another tool, it will be changing to their properties. You understand, right? So on the left side, we have the color palette where you can choose your color, on anything that you want to do. And then these are also palettes, right? These are also palettes. If you can't see any of these ones, any of these palettes here, you can always come to window, come to Dockers, and then you can choose here. If I click on this one now, you see this property will disappear. If I click on learn now, learn, you see that learn will disappear. So that learn, the work of that learn is to teach you all these tools that you're seeing here. Any tool that you click on, it will teach you how to use it. You can see it will explain to you how to use everything that you're seeing here, right? And you don't have to worry yourself or stress yourself, on anything. There are 3 types of objects in CorelDraw. The first one is the image or bitmap object, and the second one is your vector object, right? Like Illustrator and all of that. And this is your text, right? The text object. We will start by explaining a vector object using all the tools here. Starting from your pick tool. Pick tool is used to pick object, to select or move objects, right? You cannot move an object when you are selecting another tool. You cannot move an object. You can only come to pick tool before you can move or select an object, right? So when you're on another tool, you cannot do that, right? So you will use the pick tool a lot because it is like your cursor on steroids. I'll be breaking these toolbox into different parts. So I've explained the pick tool. So the second segment is drawing or editing tools, right? Let me come to page 2. Drawing or editing tools. All this has to do with your drawing. For example, if you come to this place, right, where you see freehand tool, you can come here. This one, you can use it to draw, right? You can use it to draw anything that you want to draw, right? Same thing, if you see that it has other tools underneath, you can use 2.2. 2.2, you can use it to also draw as well, right? You can use it to draw line as well, to draw anything that you want to draw. Same thing with Brezza 2, pen 2, right? For the pen 2, you need to click from one port and then to where you want the line to reach, and then you can click again, right? And then you continue, click again till it joins back before it will stop, right? So that is it. Then there is a polyline, there is 2 curve, there is all of them is when you're drawing lines. And to edit the lines, you will need what we call the shape tool, right? This is the shape tool for you to edit the line. When you click on the shape tool and then you come here, you can click like this and then start adjusting it. Start adjust all these things you see, they are called nodes. Nodes. Then you start adjusting it. You start using it to adjust it, right? To anything that you want. You start using it to draw. And then you can give it color if you want, right? So that's the work of the shape tool. After you've drawn your lines with all of this that you're seeing here, that you're using to draw your line, to draw your vectors, to draw anything that you want to draw, right? This is what you use for your drawing. And this is what you use to shape it. This is what you can use to shape it, the shape tool, right? So there are other tools under shape tool, but the one that you need the most, that you will use every day you open CorelDraw, is the shape tool, right? So you can always use it to adjust your shape, adjust your vectors, and then do anything that you want to do, right? So we'll still use it more as we go, right? But these are your go-to tools. Whether you want to create logo, you want to create Illustrator, you want to draw anything, this is what you need. Especially for logo designers, this is exactly what you need. And then the next one is the basic shape tools. Let me add more pages. To add more pages, you come here, right? You come here and click like this, or you come to layout and come to insert page, right? And then it will ask you whether you want it after or before. So I want it after, and I'll just say okay. So the next segment we are going to is the basic shapes, right? These are the basic shapes that you're seeing here. You can see them. So if you want to draw a rectangle, just come here, pick your rectangle tool and draw like this, right? And draw it like this. You want to draw a circle, you can pick your ellipse tool, right? And then draw like this. If you want to draw, immediately you pick it, you can draw like this. But if you want to draw a perfect circle, you need to hold your control key on your keyboard and then draw like this, right? And you draw like this. So after that, we have the polygon tool, right? The polygon tool will allow you to draw something like this. And then the property is up here. The property is up here, right? And if you want to adjust this using the shape tool, you can come to shape tool like this. Just click on shape tool and then you can start adjusting. If you adjust one, see the way this comes like this, right? You can give it color using your shape tool, right? So after you've drawn it, you can use your shape tool to adjust it to anything that you want. You can see, right? So you can also use your shape tool to adjust all these ones. If you click on your shape tool, it can only do like this. It can only curve the edges, right? And you can curve the edges in 3 ways, like this, or like this. This is round. To further adjust the rectangle, the shape, you need to convert it to curve, which is when you will come to this place and say convert to curve, or you right click on it and say convert to curve, right? Make sure you're on your shape tool when you're doing that. Then you can now start adjusting it. You can now start adjusting it to do whatever that you want to do. And when you're doing that, you can give it color if you want, right? So that is it. That's how to use shape tool with your basic shapes, right? There are other shapes that I need to show you, right? These are other shapes. Under polygon, we have star. You can draw a star, right? You can draw polygon. You can draw spiral, right? You can draw spiral. If you come to common shapes, you will see the properties here. Then you can come here and see all the shapes that are here. All the shapes that are here. You can see it. You can see all the shapes that are here. This is arrow, right? This is facing down arrow, right? So that is it on basic shapes, right? So we've explained 3 segments now. This one is the basic shapes. This one is the drawing and editing tool, and this one is the pick tool that I explained. So to explain the next segment, I will need to come and insert another page again, right? So this one, I'm going to be explaining the text and the table tool. The text tool and the table tool. See, if you want to type, you just come to this place, right? Just come to this place and type. Underneath, you see table, right? Just come here, pick the text tool and type, right? you can type. And then the property is also up here, right? So here you can choose fonts. Let's say I type something like zero box, right? You can come here. Once you click on it, you can come here and change the font, right? The font type. You can change the font type to Montserrat, to anything that you want, right? I have some really cool fonts that you may be interested in. Just join the Telegram channel and ask for the fonts. I have very dope. If you check out my designs, you will see there are different fonts. You will see that there are different type of fonts that I use every time. So you can send me join the Telegram channel and ask for the fonts, right? And then you can reduce the size, right? You can reduce the size. Mm. And then if you're on your pick two also, you can increase your object like this from the angles, right? If you reduce it, if you increase or reduce it this way, it will spoil the shape for you. But you can always, adjust it from here, right? And then just before we go to table, there are two type of text. There are artistic text and there are paragraph text. This one is artistic text. All this one that you're seeing, they are artistic text, right? And then if you want to do paragraph text is what you need when you're doing editorial designs like brochures, like company profile, like magazines, right? Where you just come here and draw a box like this, and then you start typing. And then you start typing. Can you see? So this one is in a box, and then you can do much more. Like now, I want to make this thing bigger, like they do in newspaper and magazines. You can come here and make it big like this. See it? You see here, drop cap, right? You cannot do that with this one. You cannot do that here. You can only do it with paragraph text. You also have table here. If you want to insert table, you come here, you come to create new table, and then you can put number of rows and columns, and then it will come by itself, right? So you can see it. Same thing with this one here. You can come here and then drop, right? You can come there and drop. That is that for text and table. Explain the next segment, eyedropper, fill, interactive tools, and all of that. So all of those ones are here. They are here. So I'll be explaining it. Let's assume that we have like all of these here. We have like all of these here. We have circle 2, right? We have circle 2. And we want to fill them. The normal way you fill it is by coming here, you fill it with colors, right? You fill it with color. But there are situations where you need to fill your object more than 2 colors. That's where you will come to this place. You see, interactive fill 2. Interactive fill 2, you come here and then click on it and then drag it across. Whether you want to drag it sideways or you want to drag it from up to bottom, right? When you drag it like that, this is red, right? You can give this place another color. Let's say blue, or yellow, right? And then if you want another color at the middle, you can click to create more nodes at the middle like this, and then give it any color that you want. You can see that you now have 3 colors. You can give more colors, as many colors as you want. You can give it to it, right? You can give it as many color as you want. And then to remove the outline, just come to this place and say none. That's the black outline outside. If you want to add more, you see, if you want to add more outline, you want to make the outline to be dotted lines, right? To be dotted lines, you can see. So if you want to remove it, you can say no, right? So that is it. That is how to fill. And then you have color eyedropper too. Let's say, for example, you have this image that you see here. Let me bring this image here. I'm copying it, Control C. Then I'll bring it here, Control V, right? And then I want to use this eyedropper to pick the color. You can come here. This is your eyedropper 2, color eyedropper 2. You click on it, then you can now come to any part of this image where you need the color. Just click on it, back and then you come here, shakam, and pour it. I mean, you've copied the color from here to this place. Do you understand that? You copy the color from here to this place, right? So that is it. That is how it works. So there's another thing under here that is saying smart fill. Smart fill. Let's say you have this like this. You have this box like this. You have another one like this. And then you have another one like this. So the smart fill will help you to fill all of them different colors. If you come here now and click, it will only give everything or different colors. You understand? Different colors. But I want it to have each box like this to have different color. I'll just come to smart fill and then I'll start clicking like this. Right? Click like this and change the color. Click like this, 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 change the color. Do you understand that? You can click and then change the color to anything that you want, right? To any color that you want. So that is how the smart fill works. And then the mesh fill underneath, the mesh fill is when you want to do some kind of mesh where you have color splash everywhere. Can give this one this, can give this one this. This is like color splash, right? You can give it, different kind of color splash that you want. You see, so that one is like color splash, right? So that is fill, eyedropper, and interactive tools, right? So other ones I would like to explain to you is these ones that you're seeing here, contour. This one is shadow. If you want to give like this one, now you want to give it a shadow. Let's say this color is white. You want something that is white, and if you give it color white and remove the outline, the whites cannot show. So you can give it a shadow to make sure that it shows. Come here, come to shadow, and then you do this. Right? This is shadow. Will make your work to wobble out, to come out well. Right? You can give anything shadow. Give this one to shadow. Right? Give this one to shadow. Anything that you want, you can give it shadow. Right? And then we have the contour. Contour is when you want to, for example, let's say I have this like this. Contour is when I want to duplicate it or create multiple of it, right? I'll just click on my contour tool and drag it like this, right? This is the property here. It's saying one now. I can increase it. You see? Can you see? I can increase it more. You see it? You see? So that's what contour tool does, right? So the next one that is there is blend, right? If I have like this two circle now and I want to blend the two together, I can come to my contour to my displays. I can come here and click on blend tool and then it will just blend, right? And then you can give it color. You can give it different colors. So let's say you want to give this yellow and then you give the first one red. You can see, even if you remove the outline, you see what you have. You see what you have. So that is what the blend tool does. So another one that I would like to explain to you is the envelope tool. Those are the ones that you really need. You can use the envelope tool on text. Let's say I type something like 0 bucks now, and then I increase it like this. You can use your envelope tool to adjust it, right? To adjust it like this to anything that you want. You can use to adjust it like that, right? So that is how that one works. So if you have any other question, anything at all you want me to explain to you, please drop in the comment section or join the Telegram channel and I'll be glad to explain to you. So right now, go into the world, start creating design and start making money, right? I'll see you guys on the next video.